This is not good. Worlds are colliding.
We were smart enough to not say, Houston, there's a light out there that's following us.
And what the hell is that? You know, what is that? And I couldn't even talk. I was just amazed at what I was seeing.
This is the Beast of the Week podcast.
Le Chonchon. Le coucher du Chonchon.
Chonchon.
The coucher.
Chonchon.
Chon.
These are their stories.
What kind of stories are you thinking?
The kind of stories we're thinking about are the kind of stories that belong on a brand new episode of the Beast of the Week podcast. Hello,
Love
everybody.
stories.
I'm
my.
John Cannon.
I'm Joe McGlinchey.
I'm Samuel Harris.
And I'm Toria Ainsworth.
Thank you for returning. We're sorry for taking a pause there for a couple weeks there. I am a full-time student, and it is finals week, so this kept me from dying.
Loser.
So we're
Fair.
very glad to be back to you because this is a lot more fun than finals.
Yep.
Is researching monsters. What we're bringing you today actually comes from an encounter from Spooky Boy Sam Harris. Sam, what happened?
So I was a part of a Boy Scout troop, and the thing is, once in a while we did have the pleasure of going to other countries and everything. So we took a journey to Chile and Argentina, kind of doing like a motorcycle diaries type thing. And eventually we did make our way to Peru. So we're hanging out at Machu Picchu, having a great time, but we gotta start heading back south. And eventually we make it to Argentina.
Is that how you pronounce that?
The Haps. No.
Yeah, sure.
No, it's definitely not, but
Definitely not.
It's called comedy. We're sitting out in our tents, and it's pretty warm. There's plenty of like flora and fauna all making noises. The trees are screaming. The bugs are screaming. The frogs are screaming.
I nearly lost you.
Yeah, pretty much
By screaming trees.
everything is screaming, and
Everything's screaming.
so we're
Sam's
sitting there.
screaming.
Yeah, well, that's typical, and we're all trying to tie our
Very
famous
good bad boy.
our famous knots. The thing about Boy Scouts is our favorite thing to do is make knots out of things. So we're taking pretzels, making knots, easy. We're taking shoelaces.
You're a pretty naughty bunch, huh?
Yeah, we're super naughty.
Ouch.
As an actual Eagle Scout, I feel targeted.
Like Buck 65, we're super naughty.
There's if any, please message us if you get that reference.
Yeah.
I don't even get that reference.
So yeah, we're just tying knots, tying logs. We tied the fire at one point, and then we hear from the trees this shudder, and the air grows down to a comfortable temperature, which is nice. I mean, I feel like if we were in, the tropics of New England, it would get cold, but we were in Argentina and it got, just regular.
Pretty sure Argentina's cold.
Towards the tip.
Well, I'm only ever thinking about the tips.
Yeah, well, you are a big fan of steak tips. Keeping it PG.
This is a good Christian podcast for kids.
And
Tell your kids.
tell your kids
Don't tell
about
your
the
kids.
tip. And I remember as we were taking our alpacas down from Machu Picchu, we met somebody from the Mapuche people, and they told us about this beast called the Chonchon, and we didn't think it was real. We thought he was talking about chicharrones, and we thought he was trying to sell us some kind of like a fried skin of a animal. And at that moment, we saw this head with wings fly at us.
Oh, God.
In a perverted manner, like a
Like a suggestive manner.
Was it thrusting
No.
its chin at you? Like
no. It wasn't sexy, guys. It was
Wearing one
perverted,
of those
as in it was a perversion of how flight patterns work. PG
Yeah, sexy.
podcast,
I don't know the meaning.
and it came at us, and that's when. And this was a while back, but me and my best friend of all time, Charlie Pettit, was there, and he got killed as it terrorized him from his eyebrows to his toenails. And at that
Like,
moment,
oddly
toenails
specific.
are
he
infamous.
froze. His forehead was fine.
His forehead?
Thank
Yeah,
God.
because it was eyebrows.
Bless that
It was
forehead.
eyebrows to toenails, so his forehead,
Okay.
forehead was good.
Scalp was also okay.
Yeah, well,
Only the eyebrows made it.
no, I mean, every night on the trail of the Motorcycle Diaries, I did, for good luck, I would kiss his scalp around 80 to 275 times. And eventually...
Just rapid fire, or were you just real tender?
Yeah. Or was it throughout the day?
He
was
just
tender.
like made out with his scalp, like tongue
Yeah.
kissing it, like
Tongue?
lavishing his tongue.
No tongue, just lip, but much
Lips Charlie Pettit's head.
yeah, but
hours.
much
Oh.
like the Grand Canyon or the Great Cliffs of Dover, the erosion of my mouth did wear away at poor Charles's cranium. And
This is awful.
you know, now that I come to think of
Going
it,
off now.
I don't know if it was the Chonchon. It could have been just Charlie died.
Yeah, I think you just murdered with your mouth and the corrosive nature
Yeah.
therein. Anyway, so that was your encounter that led to me doing this research to get
Yeah.
this episode going.
It's haunted me every night seeing Charlie's moist
Okay, so
dead corpse.
Sam killed our original co-host, possibly as assassination against his girlfriend on the show. We are covering what he was told of the Chonchon based off whatever the fuck that was.
That was an epic poem, I think.
Thank you very much.
What the fuck is a Chonchon, anyways?
What is a Chonchon?
What's the deal with Chonchon?
Given the name, that's a fairly reasonable question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is some kind of airline peanut.
I mean,
That's true.
yeah.
It's true.
Keep that in mind as we continue. The Chonchon is a shape-shifting figure of Chilean and Argentinian folklore. It's traditionally a harbinger of bad luck, illness, or even death.
Oh, like Charlie's.
Yes.
No, Sam just killed Charlie with his tongue.
No, he said no tongue, only lip.
Oh, with his... Well, that's
Just mouth.
frightening. Sam's mouth is murderous. The stories
A lot of saliva.
originate primarily from the Araucanian Mapuche people, who are the indigenous people of the area we know as Chile and Argentina now. If I mispronounce that, I'm sorry.
Argentina?
No, Araucanian Mapuche people.
Oh.
I think it would be Mapuche.
Mapuche? All right, I'll
I
accept that.
think-
Mapuche.
Yeah, I mean, I could be totally wrong.
I'll take it. So this story has expanded throughout South America, into Mexico, and evidently, since we're covering it, into the United States.
Because we only do local things.
Only local.
Evidently.
Only local. Like, you know, remember the Tatzelvem?
Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, that was really close to us.
Super close to
Yeah,
home.
the Kappa right there.
Right
Yep.
there.
We have a very
in
skewed
our backyard.
view of the
even.
world.
And because it's spread throughout all the different countries, some regions have their own name for it. One thing I'd like to touch on before we go, the plural of Chonchon is Chonchones.
Chonchones.
Chonchones. So if I hear you say Chonchons, you're off the show. You go to the cage.
Chonchonese.
Chonchones.
Chones.
Chonchonese.
In
Chones.
Hello!
cage now. Now!
Chonchonese.
Now that was pretty good.
Teaming up with Triple H at WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
That would be a sick video game. In Venezuela, the Chonchon is known as the Corocote. In Ecuador, it is known as the Cuscongo. In Mexico, the Tecolote or the Telacote. I don't know why they had both.
Fun fact, the name or even the beast itself may be familiar as it is featured in the Final Fantasy series. It also appears in Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Sam, do you remember it? I know you're a Castlevania guy.
I'm actually playing through Symphony of the Night right now, and I believe that the Chonchon is probably in the reverse castle, and I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Ooh, spoilers, spoilers.
Which might mean nothing for any of you, except for
Speculation spoilers.
Sure.
No,
yeah.
I think the fact that there's a reverse castle might be, but it's a game
Fair.
from 1997. So,
Spoiler. Hey, I didn't
Hey.
play it yet.
well, it's on the PS Now store or PSN store for like $15 with
I'm gonna buy that.
I
Chonchon is also a name for a kind of kite.
I tried to find pictures of the Chonchon kite.
And
I don't know how to make distinctions between kites.
what?
is it like the diamond shaped one?
It's just a kite.
The Chonchon is also a creature in the MMORPG Ragnarok Online.
How many people play that?
I will say also another reference to the Chonchon might be found in the popular tabletop game Dungeons and Dragons, where it is not called the Chonchon in this one, and it is not to give spoilers for the rest of the episode. It's not so much a sorcerer, but it is a vampire head called the Varguil.
Oh.
This thing is the worst.
Joey just saw his first picture of a Chonchon.
Yeah.
Oh my
Get
god.
fucking
All right.
horny
Well,
about that.
this might even be worse. Look at that little freak.
Dude, that
Look
kite.
at that
little
little
freak.
freak.
It looks like it's. Are you familiar with the Furbies?
They look like Furbies.
Put human ears on them, stretch them way the fuck out
That's cool.
into
That's about
wings,
right, yeah.
and then that's exactly what it is. And make it look like it just wants to die.
I shaved my Furby.
What?
With a razor?
Why?
I thought it was a good thing. And it wasn't like an actual Furby. I was never given an actual Furby. I was given the McDonald's line of Furbies.
Oh,
So it was
good.
like a
So-
knockoff keychain Furby.
Well, they were like full Furbies, just small. I did have a Poochie, but I did not have a Furby.
How did you shave it?
With scissors. It was a short-haired, American standard short-hair Furby.
Oh.
So I cut off its whole mohawk.
Oh my god. Well, the Chonchon in some iterations does look like a Furby. The simplest version it appears as, and this is a very rare description of the Chonchon, is the simplest because it's perfect. It's an owl that flies on silent wings, which I'm pretty sure is just owls.
It's an owl.
No.
Isn't that their thing? Is that they?
Yeah, they're
like,
pretty fucking
silent?
quiet.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've
Alright.
ever heard an owl in my life, and I like to go camping.
I heard him hoot a good amount, and one almost decided to smash into the windshield of my truck as I was driving.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
That would have been criminal.
You did hit a bat once.
I did. I hit a bat on my drive back up to Vermont, and it was during the best thunderstorm I've ever been in, dry over the mountains, and I was almost there. So I just put on the Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin as lightning's crashing down beside me, and I get to our house in Vermont. A few days pass. Finally, I walk around the front of my truck, and right on the Ford emblem is a dried up dead bat just stretched across the grill that I had
Damn.
hit. It was the most metal hood ornament ever.
I have not heard this story.
Did you just scrape it off?
It just stayed there for a while. I
Yeah.
didn't bother.
They fall
Nice.
off.
Anyway, despite its silent wings, across the board in the lore, if you hear its noise, it's a kind of a croaking noise. It announces illness, death, or other misfortune onto the family.
No.
Interesting.
Yes.
Their croaking noise.
Yeah, they go.
Is that accurate?
It makes sense if they're just. Yeah, we'll get into that.
The evilest and most common forms of the Chonchon is that it transforms into a Kalku, which is an evil Mapuche sorcerer. The Kalku will put a magic salve on their throat, which makes it easy for the head to remove itself. And under the moonless night sky, the sorcerer detaches their head from their body, which will then fly around, causing mischief, bringing misfortune, and even sucking the blood of sleepers. Delicious.
Not the sleepers.
Does it feed on the blood, or is that just its thing?
I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't
I don't
explicitly
know.
say that it feeds on the blood.
I mean, can something that's just a head really feed on anything? Because there's no stomach attached.
Well, that explains the picture that I saw,
Oh,
where
yeah,
it just
yeah.
looks like ears as wings.
We'll
Yeah.
get into that. Honestly, you remove the last thing. This thing's kind of like a cartoon character.
Yeah, like, you know how,
Somewhat,
like,
yeah.
when ghosts try to eat and it just, like, falls right out of their body?
A hungry ghost.
Is that what the blood is doing? Just, like, dripping out of its neck?
That could be what it's going for.
Oh, that's fucking sweet.
It's like in
Scary.
Pirates of the Caribbean where they're all skeletons now.
Yeah.
It's the wine and it looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
blood going. That's a good movie.
That was
Yeah.
a good movie.
Weirdly enough, the Kalku is generally invisible to most other people that aren't also Kalku. But when it is visible to non-Kalku, it appears as a human head with long wing-like ears that allow it to fly,
Bingo.
which is what Joe saw on the Google image search.
It's Dumbo.
But most depictions show it with feathers and talons, which begs the question, where are the talons coming from? Do they just...
Spine.
Oh.
Okay, so they come from the spine. They're just like...
Yeah, they break off from the spine.
I like that.
From the sorcerer.
I was just going for their beard.
Yeah, that... I don't know what the fuck is this thing.
I don't know.
Could this thing be seen as cute in any sort of way?
Definitely.
Yes, if the gentleman was cute. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, if it's like an adorable little thing, all of a sudden it's got big ears.
It's like all of a sudden you turn over in your bed and it's like, I'm here to suck your blood.
Would it be able to talk without lungs?
Your mom's gonna die.
But would it be able to talk without
Making
lungs?
your family with sickness.
Yeah, it's only got air under there.
That's true. So thankfully, I guess, I don't know if this is thankfully or not, but the lovely floating flying head has the same power as the sorcerer whose body it belongs to, which I mean...
Oh, no.
I feel like the power would be, like, concentrated in the brain, since that's where knowledge is.
No, it's not that it just has the power of the body.
But it
Yeah,
has the same power as the sorcerer
Yeah.
whose body it belongs to.
Because it's a separate thing now. It's
Wait,
a
so-
Chonchon.
But
But
this
then
makes me
there's
think
just
that
a headless body.
Yeah.
Oh, that comes up. Don't worry, that comes up.
So the sorcerer is the body.
No,
and the head is the Chonchon.
No, while he's a sorcerer, he has these powers. Say he can shoot lightning bolts out of his hands.
Whoa.
Now it can do it out of its talons. He has the same powers. It's just now it's a Chonchon.
Okay.
Oh, so kind of like
Okay.
the vampire,
Yes.
Gotcha.
where it turns into bat, but now this just pulls its head off with a special salve.
That's way cooler. I don't give a fuck. That's way cooler.
Jesus Christ.
Are you shitting me? They went more into thought with this. This comic book character is more compelling than the one that just turns into a bat.
This one's more of a bitch, though, if you think about it. Like, if you want to go fly somewhere, you have to go back to retrieve the body.
Come fly with me. Come
You gotta
fly with
Fly,
me.
come fly.
That's actually
away.
up for debate depending on some stories.
Really?
We'll get into it.
It poops another body?
Just wait on through it because
shits a body. As it flies above the homes of unsuspecting, trusting, sleeping humans, it will make a noise that sounds like twe, 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 which is the sign of their presence and the message of the bad omen.
Ooh.
SpaghettiOs.
That's all I got. You think it would be a little more intimidating?
I think that's more on us. The onus is on us for how unintimidating that sounds.
No,
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
I think that is cute enough to be pretty intimidating.
That's
Thank
true.
you.
It's like those t-shirts where Tweety Bird's gangster now. It's scarier.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. That was a thing. That was a thing for a while.
I feel like it's still, unfortunately, maybe a thing.
Yeah, if you go to
No,
enough malls.
Yeah, I guess it's all in the malls.
Who
Spencer's.
goes to malls? I don't mean to malign our mall-going listeners, but like,
Middle school.
What's the deal with malls?
there's like a GNC
yeah.
and a JC Penney that you can just go steal
Macy's.
from, and Macy's. It's just a
few
place
Sears.
to go shop. No, those are dead.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I saw one.
Sears is dead, yo.
Anyways, Sam, do you want to talk a little bit more about the Kalku?
I would love to. The Macaulay Culkin is a sorcerer or a witch that is often said to be a shaman that works with black magic. Now, the Mapuke shamans are known as the Maki, also known as the Macchiato. And that's where their name comes from, is that
the
on
Maki
their-
roll is unrelated.
Case closed.
Shit. The Macaulay Culkins are sometimes macchiatos, who have ulterior
Can
motives.
you just say it? We're just running
Yeah,
through
I will,
what's normal.
I will try. I will try. The Kalku were sometimes
no, we're gonna have to post
Maki.
a legend at the top.
Yeah.
We need a
Key.
Sam translator.
Very fair. So the Kalku were sometimes Maki, who have ulterior motives, or a Maki who is less powerful and ignores traditional laws to gain more power. In addition to the Chonchones, Kalku have also been known to shapeshift into two other beasts. Now, one of these is the Ankamayan,
Ancient Chinaman.
ancient Chinaman. Yep.
I don't think you can say that.
The Anchamayan, which are little
Jemima.
Yeah, actually, that's
Yeah,
safe.
no, that one's fair.
Now we're safe.
That
Now we're
one's
safe.
nice.
That
We're
was
closer to shore.
delicious.
That was good.
Yeah, I like that. So they are little humanoid creatures who take form of children, insofar as some say they actually are created from the corpses of children.
Oh, that's
Which-
dark. Fuck.
Where are they getting them? Kids Gap,
Yeah, kids die.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Kids Gap, arcades, weed stores. I don't know where they're getting these children.
Stores.
So the Ankaman, also on top of taking the corpses of children, are able to transform into a flying fireball-like sphere.
No, I thought that was really interesting because that is very similar to a lot of ancient stories that people interpret as ancient aliens. Because there's always stuff about flying spheres, the gods appearing like that. You know, there's
Yeah.
things like flying shields. It's their
Fly on
interpretation.
by.
And I mean, hey, maybe there's an alien species out there that is just what looks to us like a disembodied head with flying ear flaps.
The Chonchon's an alien. You heard it here first. Probably
My
not.
theory.
And probably last as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you'll see this in other circumstances. You'll see in Renaissance paintings, they interpret UFOs as flying shields. You'll see them in pictures of battles and things like that. There's a few famous stories. A lot of
John.
stories. What?
If you're in a battlefield, do you think that it's possible that people may have thrown their shields?
Into the stratosphere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hercules, Achilles, my dad. All of them are so strong with arms.
I'm just saying it happens enough
They're so strong.
that it resembles stories of UFOs. Guys.
If it's that far up, then I rescind my comment.
Yes, as you should. And there's also...
Sam, your dad sounds very strong.
Yeah, he's a...
He's crippled.
He's not.
It's not a joke. Literal.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So maybe don't make
This
fun
just
of my
took a
dad.
dark turn.
Yeah, Joey.
There's
Fucking asshole.
there's
I don't know.
there's also auras surrounding angels. gods.
Yeah, there's an aura of smelly.
The point fucking being that these two made me even clarify on is that it's similar to ancient alien stories. Now, if you'll mosey on past this pedantic shit, they also like to appear as something called an Unguru Vilu. How did I pronounce that, guys? Someone take this the fuck over.
So, a Noogieville translates to fox snake. And I'm not gonna take this one, because I just did the one before that, so...
Nuguvarilla. Nuguvarilla. Nuguvarilla.
Nooguruvilu.
Ngu. So it translates to fox snake. It's a river-dwelling water creature. Seems like a mix of the kappa and the tasselworm.
We're back.
Oh, the Tassover.
Tasselworm.
Das Tatsuva.
Tasselworm and Nguvarilla. So it looks kind of like a strange fox with a long, snake-like body. Though, typically it's depicted with 4 legs, which a fox also has. It has a long tail with fingernail-like growths that it uses like a claw. Isn't that what a claw is at the end of the day,
Gross.
though? Like, just like...
tail?
Yum.
No, it's not. No, claws are on a tail. It's like, never mind. So its MO is that it lives in and causes whirlpools in rivers. That must be nice. Wherever you go, you can cause your home. I would love that. Can you imagine just like halfway through a walk, I'm like, fuck this, I want to be home.
Yeah, it's just a
Whirlpool.
It's just a malicious turtle.
It's like a,
Or a
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, malicious turtle.
yeah, or a Pokemans. Guys, if you want to hear something that's a little familiar though about our friend Naguru, can I call it that? Is that okay? I think we're on like that level now.
Yeah, I think its nickname's appropriate at this
All right.
point.
I mean, I think maybe...
Dear Naguru,
I don't know. I think we might want to call him like Mr. Vilu.
Mr. Vilo.
Mr.
Still.
Vilu.
That's respectful, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be rude.
So Mr. Vilu is just like a lot of our past friends in that it makes the water seem very shallow and safe from the shores. But then when you get closer, it drowns you. That's right, it's a trickster.
Oh shit.
Sneaky little
Another
bastard.
fucking drowning boy.
He got him. He got him. You thought you were safe, but he fucking murdered him. Oh, that trickster. Oh boy.
When I think of Mr. Vilu, I also think of a character Rowan Atkinson would play.
Yeah.
Mr. Vilu sounds like what you'd call the owner of your favorite Indian restaurant.
Mr. Vilu.
Yeah, Mr. Vilu.
Yeah.
He makes
Hey,
the best
Mr.
lamb
Vilu.
curry.
Oh my god, I would fuck for lamb curry right now.
Mr. Vilu might let that happen.
Hell yeah, Mr. Vilu.
So, what you might be asking yourselves is, gosh, Joe, how do we avoid having one of these Mr. Vilus around? Well, let me tell you, when you're trying to banish Jesus Christ. Nuguvirlo,
Mr. Vilu.
Mr. Vilu. If you want to get rid of Mr. Vilu and his delicious curry, it
You
requires...
tell them that there's snacks in the teacher's room.
Getting rid of Mr. Vilu sounds like a euphemism for getting treatment for a
Getting rid of-
STD.
That sounds like a terrible, to Toria's point, it sounds like a terrible movie where like the kids try to get rid of a substitute teacher. Getting rid of Mr. Vilu. Coming this summer, Mr. Vilu can't catch a break. So it requires the services of a mahi. I'm sorry,
Oh,
maki.
yeah.
Maki. The maki
Macchiato.
wades... The macchiatos. What the macchiato will do is wade into the water and then dive deep into the whirlpool. Using their powers, they come back up with the creature in their arms, and then using a long, sharp knife, they threaten Mr. Vilu with mutilation.
With
mutation.
We're gonna make
What is
him
it?
have a second arm.
Is it the fucking shredder just sitting there with the ooze being like...
They threaten him with mutilation if they are to harm these people again. So the people throw a celebration and give gifts to the Maki. However, it said that Mr. Vilu will just go downstream and then keep doing its thing. Yeah. So it's more of like putting a Band-Aid on the solution. But if you think about it, it's a really great business model for the macchiatos because they just keep going from like town to town down the river. Like, oh, I'm going to save you. Oh, what if they're in cahoots?
These iced mochas,
The ice mochas with caramel.
Delicious.
It's an entire...
so good.
The entire profession is based around, it's someone else's problem now.
Yeah, for the most part.
I don't think the cahoots are between Mr. Vilu and the mochachinos. I think it has more to do with the network of Makis. Holy shit, if anyone were to try to transcribe this, it would make no fucking sense.
I know.
I'm glad we're putting it out there for everyone to listen to.
Just saying fucking anything right now.
If you just take a segment of this part and put it in the beginning, be like, this is what you're getting into, I don't think anyone's going to finish the episode.
This is going to be the trailer for the show.
They'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
We are going to expand hard into Argentina, though.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, who wants to talk about repelling and banishing chromosomes?
Oh, no. So before we get into some stories about the Chonchon and its dangers, I'm going to walk you through the ways that you can repel and banish Chonchones. It's number one. Now, this one goes back to our previous series, actually, because one way that has been known to repel a Chonchon is to draw a Solomon seal on the ground, which is from the Ars Goetia from our Demon series. Now, the thing is, there's tons of seals in this. I don't know which seal you would do.
There's a couple.
I gotta imagine it's not the ones that summon a demon.
Yeah.
So I think we're at recite certain prayers or hymns. Hymens.
Oh, no. Yes, that's right. To banish the Chonchon, what you can do is recite certain prayers or hymns, not hymns. Or the other anatomical.
Hymens?
Yeah, not that.
Yes.
My roommate, Ben Hyman?
I forgot
Ben
your...
Hyman.
Ben Hyman.
That's an
Hyman.
unfortunate name.
Ben Hyman.
Yeah.
No, do not recite him. One prayer is known as the Magnificat.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, Toria.
Yeah, I think I heard her ears peek up from the other fucking room. She was like, the Magnifi what?
Another one is known as the Doce Palabras Redobladas, which is, I looked it up, it's a prayer in Spanish that wards against evil spirits, and there's a few translations for it, so I wasn't gonna go through them all, but the whole idea is protect us from evil. Another one is one to Saint Cyprian. It goes, Saint Cyprian goes up, Saint Cyprian goes down. St. Cyprian goes to the mountain, St. Cyprian goes to the valley. Anyone got any guesses why that wards off a Chonchon?
Wow, that's beautiful, John.
Yeah, that's
might I
the,
first say that's beautiful?
Sinusoidal motion is hard for the Chonchon.
No. I think it might be,
That's
like
actually, that makes
it's
sense.
the crucifix.
Oh,
It's
is
the
it?
crucifix.
Oh!
Up,
Oh, that's
down,
genius.
Mountain
but then
Valley.
it's
Yeah,
Mountain Valley.
Yeah, okay.
just deal with it.
No,
But
no,
left and
no.
right, eh?
That's genuinely the, it's kind of like in Austin Powers where you go spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except, not sinful.
I like my idea.
Do you want to explain it further?
Yeah, do you want to go into that?
I know you do, baby.
Because, so a sinusoidal wave is the one, like, that's very cyclical, that it just goes like that. So, like, if we're going off of the intro where Sam was saying its flight pattern was all over the place, it can't follow that nice, smooth, cyclical curve of going up, going down,
Victoria, you're losing me.
mountain,
A sine wave.
Had
valley.
me.
A sine wave.
A sine wave.
There we
Sine
go.
wave.
Now you got it. I'm back.
Sine wave. Yeah.
Okay. If you graph the sine of x,
Up and down. It is a mountain. Up and down. Up to the valley. Down. Nope. Up to the
Down.
so if
fucking
Saint,
stupid.
if Saint
This is
in the
if
sine
Saint
wave. No,
Cripian
it makes sense.
goes
It
in
makes
that
sense.
motion.
It makes sense. No, I'm serious. It really could be like sound makes them go away, like a certain sound.
Where does sound come from in this? Sound isn't mentioned.
Sine waves are a type of like sound with a synth.
You just decided sine waves were a part of this at all.
Because they go up and down mountain and valley.
So do llamas.
Can we just bring this back to Jesus,
what?
where it all belongs?
It is Good Friday. We should
Listen,
bring
it's
it
Good
back
Friday
to
when we're
Jesus.
recording this. This
That's
is Easter
true.
weekend. We're
Back
going to bring it back
Christ.
to Jesus.
Back to Christ.
Yeah,
And
bring
go
it back to
Christ.
Christ. Today's the day that he T-posed for everybody.
Wouldn't it make more sense that Jesus comes back to us? Isn't that the point of Easter?
Where are you?
What?
I don't know.
Easter's about a fucking bunny and some peeps, you know?
True.
That's true. Get that
Jello
marshmallows.
beans.
One
I've
prayer.
eaten so many jelly beans recently, I have several cysts in my mouth.
That's disgusting.
No, it hurts so bad. And like, I had court today at work, and I'm slurring the whole time, and I'm like, I know I'm trying to argue someone and their BAC, but I'm not drunk.
There's no graceful way to say that.
Yeah, so I just didn't. I was just like, I'm just gonna be like, maybe they just think I have a speech impediment. Fuck it.
Best case scenario. There's one more prayer that has been known to repel the Chonchon. And it's a simple one. It's a quick one. It goes, Jesus goes ahead, follow him behind. Now this one I'll give
Okay,
you with the mount
like
one.
a sine wave.
Yes, this one I'll give you more than the other one. Because it's literally...
What the fuck?
It's commanded. This one says
No.
follow it. This one says follow
No.
Jesus. The other one's just telling me St. Cyprian's Day.
Okay, so I think
St. Cyprian moves in a sinusoidal motion.
I think Jesus goes ahead, follow him behind, harkens back to an ancient text that was included in Windows 98 Ski Freak, where
Very mad about this.
you are supposed to be the abominable snowman that does a good thing.
It kills skiers.
He kills skiers. He follows him behind. I think in Ski Freak, you might be Christ the Savior skiing.
How does this connect to the Chonchon?
Well, Ski Freak, I played a lot of Ski Freak, and when I stopped, I joined the Boy Scouts, and then Charlie got 8.
Doing any of these will cause it to either leave or alternatively, it will fall to the ground. And when it falls to the ground, it can be destroyed the way you destroy a head
It's
normally.
like a boss level kind of thing.
Yeah. But you gotta use magic on
You
this
have to
one.
get it out of the sky and then you punch it real good.
Pretty much, yeah. Just take it out like you would a normal head.
Yep.
But alternatively, say you're walking around town, just opening doors, seeing what's going on, and you open one door, it's a bedroom, and you see a headless body laying there, and you think, either I walked in on a murder scene, or this is a Calcu currently taking his head off and being a Chonchon causing some trouble, so setting up some ruckus. What you are to do is to turn it on its stomach, and the Chonchon will not be able to return in the body and will die, which I think leads to the idea that maybe they cannot feed as just the head.
Interesting.
They have to return in order to feed on human food.
There's no way to. It's an exploratory setup.
There's no tummy
Yes.
for the food to go to.
Exactly.
They're doing reconnaissance.
Exactly.
Reconnaissance.
The problem is these methods will bring about the revenge of the Chonchon if you fail to kill it, or its friend.
That's my favorite movie.
If you do, Revenge of the Chonchon.
Revenge of the Chonchon.
I would watch that.
I would definitely watch that.
I would direct that.
Who would star?
Can you please?
Who would star?
Boy.
Who plays the Chonchon?
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones plays the Chonchon?
Danny DeVito.
No, that's too easy.
No.
Shut up,
Danny
you
Trejo.
Okay, now we're talking.
Danny.
Yeah.
Or would he be the one that kills the Chonchon?
Danny Glover would kill the Chonchon that is Danny Trejo.
Okay.
All right, movie written. But
Kevin Hart.
he can be there.
Okay.
Because you only
It'd be
need his-
like the
he could be his
second
whole
shot.
body.
It'd be like the second Chonchon that like follows the bad one, but he's just like the sidekick.
Kevin
Chonchon.
James.
Oh, well, now we have a Rock and Kevin Hart movie. We're going to make millions.
Well, all right.
Yep.
Sell it to Disney. The most humane method to kill a Chonchon that doesn't incur its wrath is pretty simple. You hear the Chonchon, it's above your house, it goes, "Tui, tui, tui, tui." And so you immediately say, "Oh, fuck, there's a Chonchon. I want Grammy to stay alive a couple more days." So you yell out to the Chonchon, "Come back tomorrow for some salt." So the Chonchon leaves. And you go to bed. Your Grammy's gonna be fine. Nothing bad's gonna happen. The next day, the sorcerer will show up, a whole body, head, and everything, and it will sheepishly ask for the salt that was promised. And then it'll go home, and it will never bother you again.
I like how it seems ashamed.
He's just like, fuck.
Can I have that salt? Fuck. What happens if you don't give him
Get
salt?
some salt here.
Hey fam, can I get that salt now?
I feel like if you don't give him salt, he just fucking kills you or something.
Well, he seems really disappointed anyways. Like, hey, I'm sorry, can I get the salt? I'm like, all right,
All right, fine, but imagine this. Like, you're forced to go get salt shamefully, and they don't even give you the salt. You're going to be mad.
I'd be pretty mad.
Well, yeah, then he goes, tweet, 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 and you're like, come back for some salt
up.
tomorrow. And then it's like, oh, fuck, maybe he means it this time.
I feel like this is like a recursive loop we're in here where it's just constant.
Oh, we can make it be one. Yeah.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. Salt.
Come back for some salt. Can I have some salt?
No.
Oh.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. Okay, we covered the possibility. It's not in the literature as to if that's possible. I'm gonna go.
Listeners, if you test that out, make sure to write
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah, just send us a.
Please tell us about your Chonchon experience.
Please tell us if your
Hi.
gram
us
made
about
it through
your
the night then,
chons.
without the salt.
How much salt did it need?
How much salt could a salt chuck salt if a
Whoa.
salt chuck could salt?
I don't think the
What?
salt chucks like you talking about them like
How did
that.
you get into a PhD program?
Fucking agree.
Touche.
So
What?
the only reason I give this salt thing any credit is because in a lot of cultures, salt is actually seen as a sign of hospitality. You see it mostly in European traditions and some Middle Eastern traditions. And you guys ready to get topical?
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'd love topicals.
In Game of Thrones, they use salt as actually a thing in their culture called guest right, where if you're offered bread and salt in someone's house, no harm will come to you because you are considered an official guest. And that's why, spoiler alert, it was such a sin during the Red Wedding where the phrase murdered the Starks because they accepted bread and salt.
Oh, didn't know that.
That's all I got.
Damn.
I know that's pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty
interesting.
good.
Yeah,
Good, actually.
especially with the new season of Game of Thrones happening.
From HBO, HBO, we know drama. We're here. We're gonna come at you.
HBO is
We're gonna
the
show you the
company that pays
cartoons.
us.
We're gonna give you the cartoons.
Yeah, boobs
You
and
guys
blood.
like HBO? We like HBO. They're gonna give us money. Tell them to give us money. Please give us money.
We're doing a really bad job of selling HBO right now.
HBO, please give us money, please.
Yeah,
Even if
so-
you
Comp my
so
subscription.
you're-
That's cool too.
Yeah,
I'm down.
Yeah, just they're not gonna give us money, so
HBO, give us a pilot. We have great show ideas.
No. Our show ideas are geared towards Netflix.
No, HBO. I need the budget of HBO.
here's my show idea. Are you ready to hear it?
Yes.
yes.
Sopranos 2. A man with a meatball sub gets shot. Opening scene. At that moment, Detective Michael Scarn enters. Also,
Threat level
it is.
meatball.
Oh
Shit, that's
Oh,
the name of the
good.
first episode.
Oh man.
Got it.
Threat level meatball.
You like what you're hearing, Netflix? You know where to find us.
Yeah.
All right, we got some Chonchone stories to cover here. A lot less than I wanted to get. There's a lot of information on the Chonchon out there, but there's actually very few sightings that I could find stories of.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's different from a lot of cryptids. A lot of cryptids are more story than substance.
One of those was one of these first, maybe not first sighting, but the first sighting we're going off of was grounded in Limache, Chile. Someone had made a Solomon seal. And now what this happened was this caused a large bird with red wattles. So like harken back to Thanksgiving, like a turkey gobbler, or the fleshy part around like the bird's eye, like the yuck.
Around its eye or the thing that hangs from its, like, the giblet?
You ever see one of those
Both.
chickens with the thing around inside the
Yeah.
fleshy part? It's
I
that.
know
It's that idea.
Gross.
That's nasty.
It's that
Gross.
weird, that nasty thing on birds.
Yeah, the eye pussy.
Is that a mating thing? Like, the grosser it is,
yeah.
the better?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
I
probably.
think that's just with the gobble,
The god.
not
That's-
the
That's
eye
where the
gobble.
balls are.
They want
for.
that. They want the big gobble.
That's the balls.
They want that
They want
nice,
the
disciplined
big
gobble.
gobble.
The balls.
Balls.
Give me the big gobbler. Hey, give me the big gobbler. The head.
Is that what you request at the Thanksgiving dinner table? Just being Sam?
Yeah.
No, actually, I usually request the heart.
Oh, well, the heart's mandatory if it's not already in the gravy.
Sam regularly requests the giblets.
The giblets are
I do
fantastic.
also
There's
like
nothing
yeah,
wrong with that.
I like
Yeah.
the giblets in the heart very much.
That's one thing I love about Latin America. You can get a skewer of chicken hearts just on the street from a cart.
Oh my god, I would fucking. Oh, if I could do that, I love.
I'd have a
chicken hearts.
skewer of
I'm-
chicken liver and chicken hearts and just walk down the street. It was fucking-tastic.
I think it's too chewy.
You're
I don't like the hearts.
idiot.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Chicken hearts are fine because they're small enough. It's when you start trying to eat like pig heart that's been marinated very poorly,
Yeah, I did that.
like with a lot of brown sugar.
I tried to
That
make
sounds
like
like a bad
a
version of it.
Eh,
a
I've had good
canned
pig
It
heart,
was
though.
heart.
horrible.
It was awful.
It was awful.
something
Get it?
about eating heart.
Oh, you fuck!
You guys got it?
I got it.
I want to find an awful
Hey.
restaurant in Boston.
Okay, I'm confused.
Oh
I'm out of
my
the loop.
God.
I don't know what that means.
Awful is like
O
organ
F F O A L. O F F A L.
Oh,
Awful.
but it's pronounced awful.
Awful. I mean, there you go. Yeah, no, and that is a very ecological and food safe way of doing things.
sure.
Is to consume that meat. It is very important to.
Learn to enjoy awful meat, and we have less animal waste.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's great.
Don't waste your animals, people.
Give it a try. It's, next time you get the bird, pop them in a pan, chop them up in your gravy. It's fantastic.
It's so good.
Stop animal waste.
All right, that's the I support
heart.
that stance we just took on Beast of the Week. Let's talk some stories.
All right, so the head of this large bird with the red wattles. So it flies out of the sky, and it falls out of the sky as well. On top of it, the head was fed to a dog. Now the dog swelled up as though it had eaten a full human head, which makes me think this is a small dog.
I feel like this is bad pet or ownership.
I'd feed it to my dog.
Well, it's just a.
I would have
honestly,
made that
Hunter's eaten
mistake.
A lot of bird heads. Yeah, this isn't crazy.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's,
thanks.
especially if you're pissed off at the thing. It's like, here, eat it, Sparky.
No, that's
Yeah.
fair.
The dog swelled up, like it had a human head in the body, and so obviously not a big dog. I feel like a big dog really wouldn't care that much.
Say that could probably fit in my dog's stomach.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like a Saint
Did
Bernard.
it just swallow it whole? Did it not chew it?
I mean, it's
No,
a
it was,
bird
it was
head.
it ate a bird head, so like it probably chewed it a little bit, but like it still expanded into poop
okay, yeah,
and
that's fair.
into poop.
Into poop.
And so later on, though, the local grave diggers reported that strangers came to bury a headless body.
That's spooky.
That is pretty spooky.
That's
So at the same time, this might be more of like a correlation causation type deal, but the fact that
It's-
that dog swelled, dog swelling is no joke, folks.
It's not.
If your dog swells,
Ice your
please take
dogs.
them to the vet.
yeah, definitely.
If you think you have fed your dog a chonchon,
Bury the body.
take your dog to Solomon.
Once again, do not confuse a chonchon with a chicharron. Dogs can eat chicharrones, no problem.
Chicharrones
Don't give
are
them too
fine.
many.
They're very good.
Don't give them too many, but like
So-
once in a while is a nice treat.
Got another tangent here, folks. Speaking of chicharrones, so I'm looking online. I'm like, what are some low carb tortillas?
Uh-huh.
And like the first 5 recipes are like crunch up a bunch of chicharrones and an egg and make a tortilla out of that.
Sounds
And I'm
kinda
like,
good.
I think no, it sounds amazing, but I'm
That
looking.
sounds delicious, but
I'm-
not healthy.
I'm looking
That's
for
good
healthy,
for you.
not carb free.
That is healthy. It's good fats.
Yeah, I know they're good fats, John, but I cannot have a taco night with that. I can have like maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's gonna be filling
But,
as
like-
fuck though.
When it's taco night, I want 8 tacos.
I'm just saying that sounds
That's
delicious.
just
And if
it.
you're looking up low carb recipes for anything, someone has already tried it with pork rinds.
Yeah, so pork rinds are like the holy grail of low carb. Do we have any like non-bad chicharron flying heads?
Actually, we do. So as far as non-evil stories go, a Mauke man in Galvarino, Chile, woke to find his wife's body without her head.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Yeah, it's usually a bad sign.
Realizing what was what, he flipped the body on its stomach. Just then, the head came back, flying and staggering as though it was blind. It then turned into a dog that whined to be reunited with its body.
Now, this is why I talked about earlier. It's possible that it could just leave its body and just become a different animal.
This is why you don't take 10 hits of acid before you go to sleep.
I wonder if it does turn into a different animal, if it can actually, like, eat, or if it's more of just, like, a image of... Because if it could just turn into an animal, if you flip the body over,
It's not that big a deal.
if you can survive as an animal, then, like, I guess it's not the end of the world?
Maybe if the body dies, the head dies too. Maybe that's the issue.
Maybe.
That makes sense because all the lifeblood
Uh-huh.
is in the body.
Exactly.
Also,
That's true.
there's no
Yeah.
organs in your head.
Well, there's a brain.
Other than-
There's a brain?
There's that
Eyes.
fat organ up there, yeah.
I don't
Eyes?
have that one.
Oh,
Ah.
Ha.
Tongue?
Ha.
Thank you.
So when his wife's head turned into a dog and whimpered and whined to be reunited with its body, he took pity and turned her back over and let it happen.
What a bitch.
The wife then explained that she leaves at night to visit distant lands, causing no harm. Just, go sightseeing. A little night on the town.
Go to Paris.
Go to Paris.
Imagine making your wife so bored she has to become an evil sorceress.
How fast do these things fly?
No,
point.
not evil. Just a
That's-
normal sorceress.
Well, associate among the ranks to the point where her husband would rather her dead than hear her out.
That's fair. The man agreed to let her do this, to let this go on, as long as she promised to cause no harm. And that's a level of trust that most couples should strive for.
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah.
And but was that trust earned?
Well, until she passed of natural causes, no one knew of the story, and he allowed for it to go on, and she apparently caused no harm.
Well,
So,
that's nice.
That's a regular Cinderella story right there.
How?
it's beautiful.
No, back up. How's it Cinderella?
Yeah, back up.
Anyway, this has been the
Severino?
Beast of the Week podcast. Thank you for listening. I'm your host, John Cannon.
I'm Tori Ainsworth.
I'm Joe McGlinchey.
I forget who hasn't been said yet. If you haven't yet,
Sam Harris.
Sam.
And that is Sam
Ouch.
Harris, folks.
I wasn't paying attention. I was lost because we didn't do all the important meaty stuff. Shout out Pat Nestor. Shout out Connor Harridan.
Shout out to Connor Harridan.
If you haven't yet, follow us on social media. That's Instagram and Facebook at The Truth Is Stupid and Twitter at Truth Is Stupid.
And remember, if you have any spooky stories or cryptid sightings or anything that, even a little bit aligns with what we do here, let us know. Maybe we'll share your story on the air.
I mean, I think, knowing us, the first person that gives us something, we will show the first thing, probably. If it's pretty good, yeah, we'll show.
If it's halfway good, I think we can run with it.
We will say
Yeah.
literally anything you send us.
I will say anything on the air.
I mean, and it includes...
I will be quoting you,
it-
but I will say literally anything you send me.
It's like Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and send a teaser out for an episode we got in the works. if your town, your area has any urban legends specific to it, send them to us because we love the local spooky stories. Every town's got that one house with a story about it. Every town has it, especially if it's a small town. So send them on in. I want to hear about them, and they might turn into something. So let us know, folks.
Special shout out to Caitlin Russell for providing me with some content for some future episodes.
We got some spooky shit in the works for you. It's going to be an exciting summer of cryptids coming at you. So
fuck yeah.
Stay tuned and stay spooky.
Yeah, everyone, remember, tell your moms about the show. They're going to love it. And Mother's Day is right around the corner. You know, you get her some flowers, tell her about how the truth is stupid. Go and talk about cryptids because she probably won't be any prouder of you no matter what.
Tell her about the Denver International Airport and everything we taught you.
It'll be great.
Also tell your kids about this good, clean Christian podcast.
Don't do that.
Tell your kids.
Tell your coworkers,
Unless
tell your pastor, tell your scoutmaster, tell your...
Nope.
Jesus.
The last two don't.
Tell your horse
librarian.
trainer. Tell your squash coach.
Okay, those two are okay.
Tell the guy who baptized you, your godparents. Tell
the guy you see at the gym, like almost every day, but you've never said hi to him. You just kind of make eye contact and acknowledge that each other exists. Tell him about the fucking show.
Yeah, in between tongue kisses
Joey,
in the sauna.
Yeah, we get it. You go to the gym, Joey.
I haven't been.
Actually, though, seriously, please tell your librarian about us because I bet your librarian has some pretty good stories.
Tell your librarian. Tell your
All right, just tell people. I'm John Cannon.
I'm Joe McGlinchey. Shout out to my mom, Allison.
I'm Sam Harris.
And I'm Toria Ainsworth.
See you next week, folks. Stay spooky.
Bye.
See you next feet.
Oh, he said feet instead of week.
Oh, that's good.
That was cute. That was I like that.